Oh.
So do you know when you first set this up in here? Mm-hmm. Like obviously you set it up, didn't you? Then you went on Love Island like 6 weeks later.
No, it was a little bit longer than that. Like
when you obviously first set it up and you started getting the small group PT, was the whole thing of setting up and like growing a gym easier back then? I'm not on about in the sense of like being well known after the back of coming off Love Island. I just mean like the general like landscape of it.
I think it was a couple of things, like not even the Love Island, like forget about that for a sec. Equipment was a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Costs weren't as much, like business costs in the government right now, like are shafting people right now, to be totally transparent, like business rates and stuff, just general cost of living's got a little bit higher. And I think that when you're a small group personal trainer and gym, the thing that I think you have to differentiate yourself with, and this is why we try and be really strict with the coaching, is if your coaching sessions turn a little bit crap and you are a high ticket gym like us, if they just turn into 30 people in a big class just doing burpees and mountain climbers, why would they not go to PR Gym? Because if they are struggling to pay their gas or an electric, if your gym just looks the same as PR Gym, they're going to think, well, I'll go to the cheapest one. Whereas if you give them really good coaching, it's 50 quid a week, isn't it really? It's £200 a month for good quality, high ticket members. You've got to think they need as much value as possible as £50 a week. And what I mean by that is, back in the day when I used to have one-to-one clients who were paying £50 an hour, 2 or 3 times per week, you've got to give the same level of service for them to keep your service. Because if they can't put food on the kids' table, or they're a little bit tight that month, what's the first thing they cancel? The gym. So because you're a luxury, rather than, it shouldn't be a luxury, it should be an essential, but you've got to try and create that much value. You've got to be that thing in people's life where they go, I need this to be the best mum or the best dad or the best marketing guy or the best person I can be. You have to think about, like, how can you make yourself like a really big part of their life. Like for me, if I was a client, obviously I'm the owner, but £200 a month to pay for that isn't that expensive for me, because what that would do is it would eliminate me paying £200 every Friday night by going out if I was having bad habits. So for me, I try to say, well, I reckon you would actually save money if you can change your lifestyle. Like you don't really drink, so it's worth it to you. Because so I think when you do that, but going back to the question before, I think that what I did with I would have got exactly here regardless of Love Island. It just sped the process up, but it doesn't. People think it benefits this place a lot more than it actually does. It actually benefits online more, because that's what you want. Do you know what I mean?
And as well, like if that was the case, then like Abby would struggle to get sign-ups compared to like what you did and she didn't.
Don't get us wrong, there's a couple of people who've came in and they've went, bloody hell, I didn't expect you to actually work in the gym as much. And they get a little bit of a buzz because they ask us a question or something. But honestly, like after 6 weeks, they kind of just treat us the same as everyone else. And also I've always treated them the same as I would with anyone as well. Like when someone on the street says, oh, like what do you class as your job? I don't class influencing as my job. I still say I'm a coach, I'm a gym owner. And I think that'll always be the case. Like the goal is to have more of these. Like Love Island was just a little cherry on top.
And as well, like I think if it was that easy, you'd have come out of Love Island, this place would have been so full, then you would have been able to open like 10 million of it if it was as powerful as people think. Like, and obviously you still need to do the hard, otherwise you wouldn't need to run ads, you wouldn't need to maybe run the sculpting. So, do you know what I mean?
Total transparency, 100 million% with this, and this is a fact. If I wanted to, if I just went the Love Island way, it would be much less stressful and cost a lot less for me to come off Love Island, close the gym down and go and be an online coach making 10 grand a month in Dubai and live there. I didn't want to do that because I love this place. But it would be so much easier. And to be honest, the first 3-4 years, you don't get paid being a gym owner. You don't. It's what happens when you build an established brand and create that. But it would be after Love Island, and I'm glad I opened the gym the year before I went on Love Island, because I don't know whether I would have done it after that, because it would have been so much easier for me to go Boohoo Man contract watch, which I had, saved all my money, not open Dashington, and just be an online coach on the beach. But I'm not that guy. I'm not. I want something bigger. It's better than I thought, to be fair. Fuck me.
What do you think that, like, when you look at other gym owners, if some of them are struggling to get their capacity, what do you think most of them are doing wrong? I mean, obviously, like, maybe person to person it'll be different, but just in general.
I think it's speed with everything is one of the things we talk about, like speed to make decisions, the speed to lead, which you always tell me about. You taught me that lesson as well, like kind of like if you can kind of be as quick as possible within reason. I know everyone's got a life, but unfortunately until you've got staff who are fully employed, you're always going to struggle with that. Like if you're trying to get PTs who are getting paid per hour to go and make sales calls and do it with conviction, it's just not going to happen. Like we've just hired our next coach, and like even for me, I'll be totally honest, that makes me a bit apprehensive, because now I know that I need to cover an extra certain amount in the memberships per month to make sure that he's paid well. But you've got to have that growth mindset. Like if I was someone that maybe thought a little bit smaller, and I still get apprehensive, I still get nervous about that, I would be thinking, oh, can I afford to get another member of staff? Like, shall I just try and work a little bit more? But then I would be stretched. Can I, like bringing Abby on with the sales calls? I think you've got to think bigger, and you've got to think realistically, rather than this being a hobby. Like, how do you make this an actual functioning business? And like I want to be involved still, but I want a clearer head so I can focus on other aspects of the business. So I can go, right, like today or this week or this month might be like a little bit more geared towards HQ. Yeah. But now can I go and focus to Ashton? Like I didn't have that luxury when I first started, and you've got to be quick with sales calls. You've got to treat social media like a job. You've got to prioritize yourself. Like if you're going to sacrifice your own training for a little bit, when you first start a gym owner, the first 2 years, you're not an athlete anymore. Like you have to prioritize the important stuff, product, sales, marketing, more than your own training. And the people that are struggling are often the ones that look amazing and like as athletes, but is that really what's going to make you survive? Is that really what's going to put food on the table for your family? Is it really what's going to grow your gym that much? Like I do both.
Yeah, I agree with that, to be fair. Like
it's like
a lot of them, like I think like they get into it and they want a gym more because like they want somewhere for themselves to train out of, not because and that's fine if that's what they want, but it's not going to grow.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you've got to, if they're not missing the training and they wouldn't miss legs or they wouldn't miss upper body or they wouldn't miss the cardio, and you're like hardcore do or die, then treat your business the same. Like come at your business with the same intensity as when you wanted to get in shape the first time, and that's when you'll succeed.
Is that too heavy? No, we'll see what it is.
That's all right. 8 to 10.
What would you do, right, if you had gone back now to when you started, obviously before me, but obviously before you started like hammering the marketing? What would you have done differently? Obviously I know you would have done the marketing, but like what have you kind of learned? Do you know what I mean?
I would have hired real staff quicker. I would have got employed staff. Like having Matt and having Fern, and obviously the next one, which I can't reveal yet, has accelerated the business so much further. I would have got rid of the whole self-employed paying rent thing, because it's just messy. Also, it's like a proper team now. It's a proper company. Like obviously we've got the other gym now, the employed ones up there. Like everyone comes together and it accelerates because they all care about their sales calls now, because they are part of the business. They all care about their coaching performance, rather than when coaches are doing like a lot of the time, paying rent, but they're also covering a few classes. They're not inclined to put effort into them. They're not inclined to put the best effort into them. That would be one thing.
They want to get it out of the way and then go on to whatever they're doing.
I think the problem was so I opened the gym, I did small group personal training. The year after I went on Love Island, and naturally because I did and were understaffed, to be honest, it went naturally, it gravitated to large group, which was a problem because we lost this really good thing that we had with SGPT. And now for the last two and a half years, now it's went back to SGPT, and what's happened, it's went back to its best. So I think I would have hired quicker. And then obviously, I think one of the things that I've learned with you and kind of we've done together is really focus on, not everyone should be the perfect fit for our gym. I think we used to, when you start your business, you're like, I just want anything, I just want the money, I just need the income. And that's fine, and everyone should do that. Like even if we open a third gym, we probably will be like that for the first 6 months. But then after that, we're so aligned with who we want in the gym. Like, look what we just talked about. Like I've just cancelled, I just said to someone, you're not the right fit. This morning. And that's mental, because people are going like, why would you not want to take the money? I'm like,
Yeah.
but if that one person upsets the apple cart
Yeah.
for 11 other members because they don't believe in what we're doing, the strength and conditioning, they don't believe in SGPT,
Yeah.
they just think, oh, this is just like another boot camp. It's not. It's real coaching.
Yeah.
Slow down, lift some weights, reply to your check-ins.
Yeah.
Reply to your check-ins.
I reply, mate. No, I actually do. What do you think of like, kind of, obviously you price the 6 week challenge at like $299 now. What's your sort of ethos, and what would you say to like other gym owners that are kind of scared to kind of put that, you know, a lot of them are scared to put the 6 week challenge up. Maybe they're charging like $149 or something like that for a 6 week challenge,
I think
and it being like small group.
we've just put ours to 347. I think the massive benefits are it eliminates the tire kickers, it
Yeah.
eliminates the people that aren't committed. If you look at every single client that you've ever onboarded to the gym, the ones that have been there 2 or 3 years, I guarantee that you had to give them so much more support in the first 6 to 12 weeks, first 3 months, than what you have to from 2 years to 3 years, because they start understanding the systems, the habits, the
Yeah.
lifestyle that they have to live outside of the gym. So it takes you a lot more time. Time is money, essentially. And I think also as well, it's a much easier sell when you are on the phone at the end of the 6 weeks to go, you've graduated from the 6 week trial, now we're going to offer you a discount. Now it's going to be $197 a month recurring, and we will still give you the exact same service, the exact same weekly check-ins, the exact same nutrition, rather than, it blows my mind when people do a £50 intro
Yeah, and you've got
offer
to
for
sell
the
them
first
all.
month.
Yeah.
And then you've got to upsell them,
Yeah.
and they're going to go, well, they valued your product and your service so low because it's been pitched so low, and not and then they've related that to being £50, and then you're trying to sell them to a £200 membership. It's like a lot of them are going to be like, well, nah. And also as well, they're not even taking into consideration the fact of that 297 or that 347 that we do now. What we're taking into consideration with that is Facebook marketing costs, ads, Joe the videographer, a little bit, not, you know, the cost of the lead, cost that it gets that you actually acquire the customer, and also the little sweetener is if they transfer from 6 week challenge member to actual real full-time member, then we'll give them this really nice box, which we call like the graduation box, which will give them a really nice t-shirt, we'll give them a can energy drink, we'll give them something protein related, and put it in a box and give it them. And that's, you're not really bothered about the 297, you're bothered about the lifetime value further down the line, but that has to be high for it to warrant you doing a really good high-end service.
Cheers, mate. I really
thank you very
appreciate
much.
it. I really appreciate it.